What's up everyone? My name is Shaelyn and on this channel everything's all right and sometimes left. Today we are obviously doing another cook with me episode. I decided I wanted to make this pasta recipe that I actually learned off of somebody off of TikTok, I'm pretty sure. I think I've been making it for almost a year now, like on and off for a year. And as you saw in the title, it is called white wine garlic butter bucatini. I like to call it more of like a creamy garlic butter bucatini. Without jumping in too far, you do have the option to add like a protein of some sort. You can add like grilled chicken. Today for this recipe, we did add shrimp to ours. As a regular dish, I usually just make like the sauce and the noodles with some like garlic bread or something. Like I said, this isn't my recipe. A lot of the recipes that I do aren't like mine. I've been inspired by other recipes or something of that nature. But I wanted to share it with you because I feel like it's just a really yummy, cozy meal and it's perfect for the beginning of November. So just like the recipe that I put out on my birthday for the panna cotta, this one has heavy cream in it. So it's really not the most healthy recipe, but it's delicious. Also, before we get started with the video and the recipe, I did want to address the elephant in the room. I do have a big fat band-aid on my face, if you haven't noticed already. Nothing to be alarmed by. I had to go to the dermatologist for a spot on my face, so nothing to be alarmed by, but just try to ignore it. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right into the recipe. So first things first, I like to start with the noodles. So like I mentioned in the title and everything like that, we are using bucatini for this recipe. It's kind of like spaghetti, but it's thicker and it's actually more of like a round noodle. For the bucatini, you're going to cook this for 7 minutes. The recipe calls for a full stick of butter, but I only do half a stick because it ends up getting really oily. So half a stick of butter is how I like to go about it. Melt it in the pan to start. Once that's all melted down, then you're gonna add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Once that's all like kind of mixed together, then add 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. I just eyeballed this because I didn't feel like taking out my tablespoon measuring thing. You're gonna let that simmer in the pan for 1 minute. I like to kind of mix it up while it's simmering so that the butter gets infused with the garlic. After that, you add half a diced yellow onion and you can cook that down for however long as you like. For texture purposes, I like to cook it down for a pretty long time. I don't like crunchy things in my pasta. I don't know why, it's like a weird texture thing with me. So I like to cook this down probably for about 5 minutes, but you can do as little as like 2 minutes, just until they're translucent or whatever you want. So then once your onion and your garlic are nice and cooked down into the butter oil mixture, you're going to add half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then mix well. So now you're gonna struggle to get the wine bottle open and be frantic and panicked that your onion and garlic is gonna burn, so you're not opening the wine bottle correctly. Eventually you're gonna get it open and you're going to add half a cup of white wine. I use Pinot Grigio. You can use whatever white wine you prefer. I like to mix that in well and then let it simmer on medium to medium high heat for 2 minutes. Once that's done simmering, you're going to add 1.5 cups of heavy cream, mix well and bring it to a boil. So I just put the burner on high to get it to boil a little bit faster. I forget actually how this went down earlier, but I'm pretty sure at this point my noodles were done cooking, so I turned off the burner and reserved a 1/4 cup of pasta water. You can reserve the pasta water anytime after you have 1 minute remaining on your pasta. That's a good enough time for the starches to be in the water from your pasta cooking, but I forgot to do this because I was preoccupied with the beginning of the sauce, so I reserved it after the noodles were done. Once it starts to boil, you're gonna reduce it to about medium to bring it to a simmer instead. And you're gonna add that 1/4 cup of pasta water. You're also going to mix that well and then just let that simmer on medium for 5 minutes. While this is simmering for 5 minutes, you can take this time to prepare 1 cup of shredded Parmigiano Reggiano, or also start your protein if you want, if you haven't started it already. I think this is kind of when I started cooking down our shrimp that was thawing in the sink in a cup of water. Once it's done simmering for 5 minutes, you're going to remove the sauce from the heat on a separate burner and let it cool for 1 minute. While the 1 minute is going by, I like to move that Parmigiano Reggiano and the parsley, and also grab some chili flakes and move that close to where I moved the saucepan, just to have it prepared for mixing after it's done cooling. So now that the sauce is done cooling for 1 minute, you're going to add the 1 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano and the 1 tablespoon of parsley and mix it well. And now at this point, you can add your chili flakes to taste. And then once that's done, you can combine your Bucatini that you strained in the sink and your sauce and mix it all together. If you opted for protein, this is where you would finish cooking that up and mix it in, or you can top it afterward. Once you plate the pasta, you can top it with the protein, whatever you prefer. Now that we're done making the pasta, I'm going to taste test it with you guys. Yay! Alrighty, everybody. Let's take a nice yummy bite. Take one without the shrimp first so you can know what the actual pasta recipe is about. Oh my god. Honestly, this might be the best that I've made it, and that's kind of good timing since I'm filming it this time. Now I can look back at the video and mimic what I filmed, or what I did this time. I love the Bucatini noodles for this too, because it's just like, how do I describe it? Just a lot more like, carries the sauce and the flavor a lot better, I feel like. Definitely got sauce on my face there. Okay, I'm gonna try it with a shrimp. If you guys want to know how I cook my shrimp, I literally just saute it in butter with salt and pepper for like a few minutes each side. Like the pre-cooked ones that are frozen, that are like already pink, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like a master at seafood, so don't ask me. Mm. 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 I have not had it with shrimp yet. So good. Once again, before I get too into this plate of pasta, I'm gonna end this video so that I can just enjoy it and turn off the camera. But I hope you guys liked this little, like, easy, quick little pasta recipe. I know it's nothing like traditional or anything like that. It's literally just like creamy garlic butter sauce, but I really like it and it's so yummy, you have to trust me. And it's really quick and easy, honestly. Without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on all my socials linked in the description down below, and I'll see you next week for another new video. Okay, bye!